Hey, good morning, everyone. Today I want to talk about something that I was thinking about. Um, how do you keep from, how do you get to your destination? Trading is about getting to a destination. So I just want to also recap on things that I've been showing you guys. So this is the only strategy that I've been using. Um, the one from a couple days ago. Let me get rid of all these back testing or whatever, but let's go to where we are now. And I was on. So this for gold or whatever. Basically, what you're doing, I have a 20 and a 50 moving average, I think, and these are exponential moving averages. I have my Fibonacci retracement set to only the 100%, the 50%, and the 0% levels. I take the high before the cross, and I go to the low before the pullback, which is this one. In this case, this is pretty cool because it was a tight situation, and take the high and low, 163 pips, point 0.7, say 160, whatever, divide that into your lot size, and then you either get in at the 50 mark or you get in at the 50 moving average and you trade toward the zero. So in this case, I will be looking for a sell. All right. And then if you miss this, the next thing you do, the next on the next part of the strategy is how to um, find the next opportunity is you take the high of the move and the low of the move prior to the pullback again, and you just stretch it across, and you divide, take the high and low, whatever pip amount that is. And honestly, for me personally, I would have been looking to get in once it pulled back. So you take this high and this low, and you get the pips amount to 440 pips divided into your lot size, and you either get in when it hits the 50. Well, in this case, it touched the 50% level and the 50 moving average at the same time. So you get into that. So you trading toward the zero. You're looking for sales. Um, so I was thinking about, well, how do we get past the euphoria of winning? A lot of times I've been there at least two major times in my trading career where I hit a place where it felt surreal, but and I end up losing it all because I got caught up in the feeling of the moment and not the destination. Okay. It's kind of like um if you're not careful, that the increase of trading can be like texting and driving because that time is so important, but you end up putting yourself in a situation where you may not make it to your destination. And so what we have to do is always keep our destination before us. All right. So that way you won't allow yourself to become undisciplined because you realize that you have goals that can only be attained through the discipline of trading and not allowing the increase to dictate what you do, how you respond. Right. So say for instance, and this is why you have to count up the cost and write the vision down and keep things before you, especially when you're trading, so that you can have a place to attach your winnings to a real life situation, a real life need, or a real life want. Okay, so start off with the necessities. Okay, so your bills, um, figuring out how to, what you need to make every month to cover this, to cover the needs, the necessities, the phone bill, the cable bill, the light bill, gas bill, um, car note, whatever it is, you have to have that number in front of you, either whether it be on a sticky note or on a pad by your computer at all times, so that when you make money, you can begin to set things aside, whether you take a withdrawal or you say, well, okay, once I get this amount, I can withdraw it and cover this much bills. And then you'll get to a point as you continue to do this that you will find that you're not as distracted by the winnings, right? You're not as caught off guard. Like even you have to put it into a real life situation. So you're not caught off guard when you get paid from work because you worked. I think the we have to take the same approach to trading, even though it's not a physical work. It's still a work. It's a mental work, right? So you don't just take all your earnings and just blow it because you feel good that you hit a certain amount of money. No, you want to be able to. I think I did it twice, and I didn't have anything before me. I was just so excited for reaching this amount of money that I just lost all restraint, and logic went out of the window, strategy went out the window, and I just began to trade emotionally because I was caught up in the moment, and I didn't allow myself to look at what my real life situation and say, okay, I have enough to do this. Let me withdraw the money for this. I didn't even withdraw any amount of money. So the first time this happened was during COVID, and over the course of 2 weeks, I turned $325 into 9,500 trading uh, GJ, the British pound versus the Japanese yen, and it was great. And but I lost restraint because I didn't have anything to be disciplined to, right? So that was it. And then last year on October, I did something even crazier. Uh, it was a great flip, but it still wasn't attached to um, a plan. Okay, so it's like having an anchor that's not attached to the boat. You drop to set the anchor, but it's not attached to anything. So the anchor just sinks to the bottom of the ocean, and you just drift away. So I turned it was over a 24-hour period. I turned $25 into 4,500. $25 around 8:30 Thursday night. By Friday afternoon, I'll say like around 1:30, 2 o'clock, I had turned it into 4,500 trading gold. I remember the day, October 10th, 2025. And then for the first day, you never forget these days when you have those moments, the best times and the worst times in the same day. But it was because I didn't have anything before me. I didn't have a plan. We all like to say, well, if I had this amount of money, well, I'll do this, this, and this, and this. Okay, yes, write that down, right? Start off with the things that you already have. You can't be faithful to what you don't have. So you have to practice being faithful to what you have. So you got a car note, figure out what that is. You got credit cards. Had all those things before you. And like I said, put it on a notebook or put it on a sticky note on your computer or wherever you can see. Right. And when you begin to chip away at these things, it makes it easier for you to trade as a business, trade it for a career because you're getting the benefit by not just trading, but by having something to give you a stop, having something to say, okay, I made enough to do this. Let me go ahead and close this trade out and withdraw or set my stop loss here before I leave. That way, if I get stopped out, I can withdraw and pay that bill, or I can withdraw and get this. That way, your life is making sense. You can't treat trading like a video game, whereas because it gives you the benefit of a real life tangibility. Whereas video games, it gives you a release, but it doesn't go no further than the system that you're in. So just want to say that, guys, this video was more so of a life lesson video. When you have a strategy, when you have the resources to trade and you're making money, it doesn't make any difference how much you have or how much you're making if you don't attach that to something that needs to be answered. The Bible says money answers all things. And if you have answers to things you need to be answered and you don't know how to appropriate those answers to problems, you will still always have problems. You would end up being the person that knows how to trade and never gets the benefit of trading because they don't appropriate or they don't know how to appropriate the money that was just made. I don't care if you made 140,000. If you don't have a plan for that money, you're going to overtrade and blow it. You're going to over leverage and blow it. So just want to say that, guys. Like I said, this was more so of a life lesson video. Um, write your needs down, write your expenses down, Even the things you want, you build. You have a need phase, then once you get past the need phase, you can get over into the want phase. Okay. Um, but yeah, that's all for today. Just wanted to give you guys that because that's what God gave me this morning. Um, you know too much. We know too much because we've been looking at different strategies for years. There's nothing new under the sun, really. We have to make it work. If we don't take these things, this wisdom that has been given to us, and apply it to life, we'll be looking at charts for the next 20 years, and that'll be the extent of our career. Our career will be how much we've lost. Our career would be when I had this or when I made this, and we won't have any tangibles because we haven't figured out how to take this digital situation and bring it into our reality. So, with that, guys, you have a great day. And once this uploads to, I'm gonna upload this to my YouTube page, and then I'll post it to the group page as well. All right, y'all have a good day. God bless.